might end up on my YouTube channel. Okay, so this is the first set, line from point slope. Diagonal only means that they're not going to be horizontal and not going to be vertical. So this one is the easiest kind. They've already given you the slope. So it's written for you. The slope is this, and here's your point. So you just write it, and they didn't say what format it has to be in actually. So this is a little different than the ones we were doing. This, you should be able to leave it in point slope. So we would go y minus 6 equals negative 1/4 times x minus negative 8. Now I think if you leave it that way, if you write it as minus negative 8, that will be wrong. But you don't have to, they didn't tell you to convert it to slope intercept. So this should be fine just to leave it like this. On the other hand, I think if you put it in slope intercept, you'll be fine also. Delta, again, is made by math people. So they're pretty aware of, they're pretty smart in terms of math. But it should be fine just to go like this. This is the least way to do it. Equals negative, oops, I wanted a negative 1/4. You do have to cursor right to get out of there. X plus 8 parentheses. That should be it. Yeah. Now I'm curious if they, yeah, so they show it, so they have it in, so they show it as a slope intercept. So either way is fine. Because again, you can see I left mine in point slope, so you could leave it in either format and that would be fine. That's the first one. All right, next one. These are the same ones. Let's see, this should be the same. Yeah, this is still the same. So let's go graphically. Kind of surprised I gave this to you, but whatever. Graph the points negative 8, negative 7. So negative 8, negative 7, put a dot there. And negative 4, negative 3. Put a dot there and it makes a line. Determine the equation of the line. So all you have to do, I mean, there's so many ways to do this. Here's the y-intercept. Oh wait, I have to annotate. Here's the y-intercept right here. B equals 1. Your slope is, let's say we're going, it's up 1, right 1, over and over again. So your slope is 1. So this equation would just be y equals 1x plus 1, or x plus 1. And that's all you'd write right there. No reason to go point slope with that. Pretty straightforward. Let's try some other ones. Slopes of parallel perpendicular lines. This is the more recent thing that we've done. Let's find the slope of a line perpendicular to this. And this will be where I pause again. So for this, you've got to, kid who was absent, I don't want to say your name because it's a YouTube video. So you might want to watch this. So we're gonna, this is what we did, one of the things we did that you wouldn't necessarily know how to do. All right, so so you gotta get y alone. All right. So we go y, once you have y alone, negative 6x minus 5x minus 5, that gives you the slope. Now they're asking for one that's perpendicular to it. So if they're asking for one that's parallel, it's the exact same slope. All right. If they're asking for one that's perpendicular, it's the negative reciprocal. Now this one is kind of weird because negative reciprocal means you change the sign and flip it. This doesn't have a bottom, so we're going to give it a bottom to flip. So then we flip this and change the sign. This is our new slope. And they write, find this, and that's it. They want the slope of the new line, so that would be my answer. So I'll pause that there. Okay, so this is kind of the most of what we did recently. So this one they want is parallel. So we're gonna, we gotta first change this equation into a format where we get into a slope intercept format. So we gotta get, that means we gotta get y alone. So we're first gonna subtract 3x from both sides. So we get negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 16. And then we divide everything by negative 4. And our new equation is y equals 3/4 x minus 4. Now all this is really just for this slope. In this case, it's parallel. So that's our slope. We don't have to do anything with it. If it was perpendicular, we would flip it and change the sign. Our new slope would be negative 4/3. All right, but this one is just parallel, so it's just that slope. So we have our slope and we have this point. And then the easiest thing to do is use point slope form. So it's going to be y this minus this one minus negative 4 equals the slope 3/4 times x minus this one minus 4. Y plus 4 equals 3/4 x minus 4. Now for this one, you could just write it just like that. I'm going to just write it in here so you can see my work. Y plus 4. When it comes to the, what do you call it, comprehensive exam, which we'll review for, they're going to have you, I think, put it back into point slope form, sorry, slope intercept form. But for this one, you could leave it like this, or you could write it in slope intercept form. Again, it's probably the most labor intensive thing we've done to date. Okay, and this is more like the one we've done, we did a while ago, the ones we did a while ago. I want to get one that has a little bit more interesting there. No. Whatever this is, we'll just do. Okay, fine. So finding the equation. So we gotta first find the slopes. So we're going for y is minus over the x is minus. So the y, so it's y minus y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. So in this case, that is negative 6 minus negative 6 over negative 4 minus 8, which ends up being 0 over negative 12, so the slope is 0. And it's going through both of these points. So this is going to be a horizontal line of y equals negative 6. Now you have plenty of time. That's the equation. If you picture this as a graph, right? And we have, let's see, what's the big for, and all the way to zone 8. So, and then down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? We have these 2 points. One at negative 4, negative 6 over here, and one at eight negative 6 over here. So this is your line. It's just a horizontal line going right through negative 6. So that's your equation.
You have tissues?
I don't have tissues. I got to bring them in.